you guys want to raise your hand when you have a question, I'll let Garrett start.
Josh, not bad for a season debut.
Not terrible.
How did it feel?
I felt good, man. Being 1-0. I haven't been 1-0 in a while, so getting a win at home in my first game is awesome. Well,
Back left.
Josh, your first three-pointer made of your collegiate career, is that something you've been working on a lot in the off season, and we're going to see that more going forward?
yeah, I mean, Coach Martin gave me the confidence to shoot it, but it also came at a cost. I had to work on it. So all summer I've been in the gym shooting after practice, getting shots up, and once one goes in, the next one's definitely going in. So it was up. So.
Pedro front right.
So, taking care of the ball was, I assume, a big point of emphasis after last year being maybe a little bit of an issue, but tonight you were super clean in terms of turnovers. How did that go, and what did you see out there?
That's a big thing with us. We got a lot of young guards, and we play really fast. So the big key is to take care of the ball, and that's something that Coach Frank leans on the older guys to do. So, yeah.
Front right.
This one's for Josh. The offense was a lot more free-flowing tonight, a lot more fast-paced front court. Is that something that Frank pitched you on in terms of wanting to
Yeah, I mean, Frank, there was a lot of different things that went into it. One of the things was, style of play. He wants to play, big inside, and, it's up to me. Like, if I don't run the floor, I don't get touches, So, just, getting up the court, doing the things I got to do, playing within the offense. And we honestly play for each other. That's a really tough thing to find in college basketball. A lot of guys are unselfish. There's a lot of one-mores. You don't see that a lot. Ball sticks. That was one thing that we've done all preseason. Now it's carried into our first game.
So, last year you and Keon played a lot together in the 1 and the 2 with some injuries that happened, and now coming into year 2, that's the starting backcourt for the team. How have you seen your partnership with him grow, especially over the last year?
Me and Key have grown a lot together. That's my roommate. We feed off each other. I know what he likes to do. I know where he sees me at, on what side of the court. I think us having a year of experience with Coach Frank gives us a nod over most of all the freshmen. So I think we just lean on each other.
Rachel and Josh, I noticed a lot in the first half you guys were playing with a lot of defensive intensity and it was very fast paced. What has Coach Martin really tried to do to really have the game really be like that?
If you defend, you get freedom on the other end. And we just want to run up and down. We don't want to run sets. We don't have too many plays this year. Probably got 3 or 4 sets, actions really. Yeah, and the way we guard, if you don't play defense intensified, we'd be a bad team. We'd be a bad team. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, kind of piggybacking off of Rasul, a lot of our offense obviously was created by defense tonight. So guys were up in the lane, and we're not going to let teams just dribble the ball up at whatever pace they want. We're going to control the pace.
What specifically about help defense? I mean, closeouts were good, rotations were good. I mean, it was like you guys were on a string tonight. I guess what about help defenses for either of you in particular was really good for you guys tonight?
It's a good question.
So how we guard, we have rules. So if we're always up and denying, so the guy on the ball, if his player makes a backdoor pass above my head, it's his fault, not my fault. So I think we always piece it together, and it's always somebody on the line. So if I get back cut, somebody's right there for the cut because we're so aggressive. And I think once it works, it's unstoppable.
To kind of go off of what Sul's saying, it's not oh, you do this, you do this. It's we all have a job to do. Nobody's divvying off the plan. So we're going to, everyone's up in the line. If a guy gets backdoored, it's me to come over there and help him trap the box. We're not going to let our guys just, no one's on an island. So.
Yeah. Even if it looks like.
There were a lot of plays there were a lot of plays in the game here. There were a lot of diving for loose balls, especially during the game. But the game kind of seemed like it was done. Especially guys coming off the bench diving loose balls in a lot of situations. What's been preached to sort of get that mentality, that intensity back up? Because you guys were diving loose balls even when the game was even 20, even 15 points.
Yeah, we got to finish teams. I mean, we're not going to give up on anybody. We're trying to build something to the point where we're not trying to win one game in November. We're trying to make a long run. And the way you do that is you establish an identity. So our identity is we're going to play as hard as we can, and we're going to play harder than every single team we play. So tonight we kind of just showed that. And we had guys coming off the bench, flying, like you said, flying on the ground, getting loose balls. I mean, that's not just one player doing it. That's a culture type thing, and that's what we're trying to establish.
Pedro, front right.
I guess the question is, I blanked on it. I apologize. So I was gonna ask, with the team looking at the starting lineup mainly, there isn't necessarily a specialist three-point shooter as there have been in the past. But in terms of spacing, how do you do it considering you want to attack the paint so much and have such a presence with interior, attacking?
I mean, I think the thing is, like, we don't have, like you said, we have guys that could really shoot, and we don't have guys that could just do one thing. We're not going to, I go across the board, any player on our team, there's not one guy, okay, all he can do is shoot. Every guy on the team could shoot, pass, drive. So, like, kind of what you're saying is there's no specialist because that's not what our identity is. We're not going to just, okay, this guy, you can only shoot. You can only sit in the corner and you can only shoot. That's the freedom we're trying to play with, and it involves everybody. So it's not just one person is shooting threes, this guy is on the block, and this guy, no, we're gonna play a continuity and we're going to play a team game.
Last one right here.
Daniel with a career high 10 points, a couple 3-pointers there. How important is his kind of production alongside you in terms of how you like to go in the paint and kind of for himself, how has it been like back in practice, kind of adding to the elements of your team so far early in November?
Yeah, I mean, Dan tonight showed what he's been doing. He had a little injury thing going on. He was out for a little while, came back, and he was assertive and attacking in practice. So he just did that in the game, and I'm happy for him. He's had a tough go of it, and now he's kind of playing in a system where he could just be himself. So I'm happy for him. He played well. He got on the glass. He was making inside shots and outside shots. That's a tough combo to deal with a lot of guys that can do inside and out. Between me, Matt, and him, those three bigs down there, it's going to be tough for teams. And Matuk, too. So, sorry.
Awesome. You guys are all good?
Guys, I appreciate it. Great questions, too. I mean, awesome.
Thank you.
You guys know the game, man.
Appreciate it.
Are you guys communication majors? Any of you guys? Journalism.